Hello. Hello and welcome. See, we got a few viewers. Oh, 24, nice. Who's in the chat? We've got the voice. We've got like Mike Eep. And we got the mayor. Uh-oh, this is his box. Let me fix that. Right. You can hear me? Okay, good. Yeah, it's just you, MJ Yule. Flappy Herd, hey. Kehab Munish. Again, apologies if I'm mispronouncing anything. Okay, who followed me recently? Like Mike Keep, thanks for the follow. The voice, thanks for the follow. Deck Keeper and MT Taggart. Thank you very much. Oh, the mayor's followed me. Perfect. All right, we can wrap up the stream. That was all I wanted. Okay, so who just followed? I am just AO. Thank you for the follow. The follow notification is a bit louder than. Okay, right. Yeah, I can adjust that. Let's try that. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put it to half of what I have it, and then we'll see. I'm still pretty new to the whole streaming thing, so we'll figure things out as we go along. We are streaming TryHackMe's Relevant, which was created by Joe, and I don't think I've ever heard him pronounce his last name. I think it's Heller. Mayor, you're going to have to shout at me if that's not how you pronounce it. It's either Joe Hell or Joe Heller. Okay, so is Heller or Helly? Helly? It's one of the three. Let me refresh this. Helly. Okay, right. Joe Helly, who also goes by the Mayor online. Fun fact, he was actually a mayor before he got into cybersecurity. So that's a cool thing. I'm just going to add another hour to this box, just in case. So I already booted the box. But yeah, let's dive in. I attempted this one once before, but I think I had a VPN issue where I had two VPNs running and I wasn't able to get like any ports on it. So I haven't actually done this box before at all, which is fun. So that's going to be interesting. So the way this box is set up, it's kind of designed to be like a real world engagement. So you have this scope of work, which is really cool. But effectively, you know, we still have user.txt and root.txt. So there's the following scope allowances. Any tools or techniques are permitted. However, try to manually exploit first. Locate and note all vulnerabilities found. Submit the flags discovered. So down here. Yep. Okay. Only the IP address assigned to your machine is in scope. This one. And find or report all vulnerabilities. So I guess, yeah, the point is, you know, if you want to, try and write a report as well. If you want to do this box as well. We're obviously not going to do that just for the sake of time. Nothing in this room requires Metasploit. That is good to know. All right, let's get to scanning this box then. So, of course, I have AutoRecon. So let's run AutoRecon. I'm going to do -H because I can't remember the last time I ran AutoRecon. I think I should just be able to. I'm going to do -V. And yeah, we'll try that. The mayor's saying he has a threader tool, which I have not looked into. I'm not entirely sure what it does. I think is it just multi-threaded mmap? But yeah, let's see. So we've got. Oh, hang on. The explicit passing coroutine is deprecated. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to update AutoRecon at some point. Let's see what these scans get back. I'm gonna open up Atom, and we are gonna add a folder to the project. This one. Cancel. Yeah, we'll store that. Okay. Let me edit, actually, preferences. I'm going to increase the font size if I can. I think it's editor. Default font size, we'll boost it up to 20 and see what happens. I think. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So we are. It's still scanning stuff. That's. I just want to double check this is still pingable. Oh well, that would explain it. All right. Why can't I type here? Oh, of course, can't type because AutoRecon has that bug. Okay, why can't I connect? I just have to. I'm going to disconnect from the VPN and reconnect. I definitely got the right IP address, right? This was literally working before I started streaming. Alright, I'll turn it down more. Yeah, it's weird. The VPN should be. The thing is, I have the VPN running on my host machine. It should be still. It was working. I was able to ping it earlier. Yeah, it's because it's on my host machine. But I'm guessing I can just hang on. Let me figure out where. Okay, I'm just gonna start a new one. I guess sudo open VPN. Wait, let me disconnect from my VPN there. Okay. And yes, downloads Tiberius. That should work. Okay. Now let's ping that. That's maybe you know what I'll do? I'm going to terminate it and deploy it again. I think that might have been maybe the issue. I'm pretty sure I pinged it before, so I think it definitely is a pingable machine. But also, like that quick mmap scan that I was running up here, I cleared it. That should have returned like in a matter of seconds. How's the audio, by the way, on the alert box? Okay. Huh. I wonder if it's well, while we get the IP address up there. Okay. Alright, I think I've figured it out now. I think I was changing the wrong volume. Okay, we have an IP address. Can we ping this? Okay, we can ping this. Perfect. All right, Python 3 AutoRecon -v. All right, let's get going. How's everyone's Tuesday going? Awesome. My day has gone pretty good, thank you. Finishing it off with a stream, always fun. You got a salary raise, nice one, man. Well done. Okay, here we go. Right. I was beginning to think it wasn't going to return. This is now the wrong project folder, so I'll do this one. So if I close this, don't save. All right, scans. So where's the quick nmap scan? There it is. So quick nmap found port 80. Running Microsoft IIS, it found port 445, found 3389. Interesting. And that's it. That's the full TCP. Full TCP hasn't responded yet. So let's have a look down. Enum for Linux basically found nothing. SMB client, nothing. Okay, so SMB map found, ooh, passwords. So it looks like this network share has a passwords.txt file on it. That's fun. We also have write permissions to it, according to this. So that could be a potential way in. Yeah, this SMB map share permissions is a nice way of seeing that as well. So it looks like we've got no access to admin, no access to the seed, but we have obviously access to IPC, and we have read and write access to this one. All right, cool. GoBust is still running. This looks like a default page, so I mean we can go visit that. Yep, so lovely default page there. This you would report on a pen test, if only as an information disclosure. Nikto, let's see. Nikto is going to take forever. The robots.txt is not there. There's a lovely screenshot. WhatWeb just literally will spout out a bunch of information about the web server. So it's running ASP.NET. Which obviously, you know, if it's running IIS, high chance it's going to run ASP. Let's see. So I think maybe the first thing we'll do is connect to that nmap directory. Not nmap directory. What am I talking about? We'll connect to the SMB share. So I'm just going to grab my cheat sheet because, as you all know, I am not a network guy. So it has been a while since I have connected to SMB, and NetBIOS SMB. All right. So I'm going to open this new tab here. Actually, another one. CD and clear. All right, SMB client. So we can do a list. Just make sure I've still got the IP address copied. So actually, you could just do SMB client dash L, I think dash I. No. I think you can do that. Alright, so that's basically just enumerating the network shares. So if we want to connect to one, we can do SMB client and the share name. So we'll just copy that. And sometimes that works, and then sometimes you need to do dash I and give it the IP address again. Oops. Oh, I should probably as well increase the font size. And now I can't bring it back down again. SMB client.py is better. Okay, have we got that? We do. Let's use that one. Okay. Why is it? I don't know why it did that. Okay, let's try using this. Do we just give it a target? Just enter the IP address. All right, we'll do that. For some reason, my scroll wheel is not working very well on this VM. I'm gonna have to sort that out. Access denied. We need to do, I think, no pass, right? Access denied. Username at IP. Okay. We don't have a username, right? So just put Tiberius. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to use the share name, which is this one. Okay. And then can we do an ls? We can. All right. And then we can just get the password file. Perfect. Is there a way to view it on local, or do we have to exit? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll open another tab. I think I was... Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to, zoom in again so everyone can see. We have user passwords encoded. These are encoded in base 64. So we can do base 60, actually we need to echo them into, oh. Don't know why that happened. Into base 64D. Okay, we have no voice, you're good. You walked me through that, it was nice. So we have Bob's password, and we have whatever this thing is. Echo that. I don't know, why is it doing that? Okay, so we have Bob and Bill. So I guess what we can try and do is log in using PSExec. Could have also done SMB client. That's it. I forgot you need like 4 backward slashes before the IP address. Yeah, this is why this is why I suck at network stuff. So let's do PSExec. I think there's got to be locate PSExec. Oh, that's only the CLib. Okay. I guess we can use the Python one. Why not? But first, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be clever, and I'm going to copy these passwords. I'm just going to copy all of that back into Atom, and we're going to go into the loop directory and create a new file, passwords.txt. And I'm going to paste them, and I'm just going to trim all this garbage. Okay. All right, so let's use psexec.py, which I don't think I've actually used before, so this is going to be fun. We're on an adventure today. So I'm guessing it roughly, I mean, it's in packet, so it's going to be roughly the same. So the target's there. Domain, username, password at, yep, perfect. Okay, so, oops, let's try Bob first. So we want to do Bob colon. So because of all these special characters, I'm going to surround this with single quotes. And then at the IP address, which I've completely forgotten again, so we'll set that. See if this works. Okay. So that didn't, I mean, it didn't look like it actually logged in properly. It only logged into that share. So hang on a minute. Let's just double check there's nothing we're missing here. Should I try the other password maybe? So it's Bill and this one. Okay, this one's authenticated as guest. So that's definitely weird. Alright, Mayor's saying maybe I should just put that in. Okay, let's try that. I mean, so the way psexec usually works is obviously it uploads this reverse executable and then connects back. Or at least runs it anyway. So it doesn't look like it's actually getting a shell. So I wonder, does the regular psexec work? No, okay, so that's not even there. Okay. I guess technically RDP is enabled as well, right? If psexec works, presumably RDP might work. So we'll trust that certificate. Okay. That's not good either. Try it with that, no. Oh, tier list version, right. 1.0 maybe? Yeah. Also could check on other results. Has the full nmap? Oh, the full nmap's come back. Okay. So we've got the same ports. Hang on. So this is why you run full nmap, because Mr. Heli has hidden another web server. So that's interesting. So it was. Let's see what GoBuster is. GoBuster, I think, is still running. So GoBuster. Yeah, right. The full task is still running. So it's still running GoBuster on this port. So we'll wait for that. But in the meantime, this is, I wonder if 1.2 maybe. Yeah, no, absolutely, Mayor. This is your box. Make a recommendation as we puzzle this out. No, so I think I saw in the chat someone suggested maybe WMI exec. Maybe was that? Did I see that? I'm just scrolling back. Yeah, WMI. Okay. Oh, look, we've got that as well. Okay. Icon 3. So I'm guessing this works exactly the same way. So let's go back to our passwords. We'll try Bob because Bill's wasn't working very well. Bob at IP address again. Okay. RPC S access denied. Alright, so that doesn't look good. Come on, Go Buster. There's gonna be something. I guess technically we could just visit that port. Right, what port is it? 49663. Okay. So this looks the same, but is there anything here? No. All right. I guess. You know, I don't really like Go Buster, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly clone this. I'm going to quickly clone dir search or dir search. I don't know what. How do you pronounce it? Dir or dir? I need to use FFUF. Alright, we're going to use dir search. I'm going to use Python 4. Okay, right. The URL is gonna be. How's the audio now for the alerts? I haven't heard it in a while, so I think I fixed it. If it needs to be quiet, so let me know. Okay. I don't want to use the default. You hear them, but is it too loud? That was the main complaint. Okay, I'm going to use a good directory list. Oh, why is my scroll not working? Okay. The word list is W. Alright. So, user local, I think share seclists. Is seclists there? No, where's seclists? I did install it. You know what? We're gonna just literally download the file I want. Oh, the Durbuster word lists. Yeah, but they're so big. I feel like I'm just gonna run big.txt and let's study get this. All right, big.txt, right? All right, so this is gonna go through directories. It's running with 30 threads, which I think should be fine. So this big.txt is like my go-to on tests. It's got like 20,000 things. So yeah, if you want to up the threads, you can do that. 30 I think is fine for now. It's chugging along. In the meantime, Has GoBuster found anything else? No. Okay. Is everything's still running basically? Oh, Mmap has identified the server. Nice. It took it long enough. All right, we found the ASP.NET_client, which is great. That's what we found before. I kind of gave up on the enumerating these usernames, didn't I? But I guess we can definitely try using all right, my this is like a new build of Kali, by the way, so this is not set up for me, unfortunately. And apparently it doesn't save between sessions. That's nice. Okay. I guess this... Oh, that might be why I'm using the wrong one. And I forgot / burp instead of dir search is better? Yeah, burp is definitely better. Like burp pro has a really good directory busting tool, but honestly it has quite a lot of setup. So I use dir search anyway. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna zoom in. Sorry, I keep forgetting. So we tried using Bob. Let's try using Bill here. Bill at, and then I'm going to copy the IP here. All right. I'm not entirely sure this is the way in. I figure that web server has to be something. So I'm going to hope that this is going to find stuff. Maybe, hopefully it'll find something. Or maybe we have to use... Maybe Joe was giving me a clue. Should use the Dirbuster word list. Oh, he's winked. All right. Let's cancel this. Okay. Where's the Dirbuster word list? All right, they're in here. I'm gonna guess we can use. Let's just. I'm gonna set the threads to 100 and crash the machine. I guess let's use directory list. Actually, you tell you what. This is by the way, a great tool if you want to know how many lines are in a file. WC-L, and then give it the list of files. So let's start out with the small one because that's 87,000. That's quite a lot already. Unless I should just go for, you know what? Screw it. Let's go for this one. Oh, Joe's saying 2.3 medium. All right, we'll do that. Joe has things to do. He does not want to watch me rerun Dirbuster. Why? Hang on. Why did that not work? That didn't give me 100 threads. I want 100 threads. There we go. See, this is the advantage of having the guy who designed the room on the chat. Okay, so this is hopefully not going to crash the box. It's going pretty fast, to be honest, for 140,000 or whatever it was. Actually, no, it's way more. 220,000 directories. That's pretty fast. All right, I'm going to re-up chat while this runs. Okay. Ferox Buster is supposed to be a cool replacement for Go Buster. Let's check that out. Ferox Buster. A fast, simple recursive content or discovery tool written in Rust. Interesting. I see what they've done there. Ferox is sort of a ferric oxide, which is Rust. Because the name Rust Buster was taken. Nice. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like it's got quite a lot of features just from the content list. All right. And it can be installed on Mac OS. Perfect. Love it. I love it already. Yeah, I mean, this one looks like interesting to try out. Oh. We've got some 400. These aren't anything. These are 400 errors. So presumably because of the asterisks, if you look at everything that's there, if you were to visit this, I'm imagining IIS does not like the asterisks, and also yeah. But this is reportable. You shouldn't really be spitting out default errors. At least, part of hardening process of a server is always to turn off default error messages. So obviously, there's nothing critical here. There's no stack trace, which you can sometimes happen, especially in a runtime error. But perfect. Yeah, and you see these are all just, I presume, it's not liking the encoded colons and forward slashes. It's like, why? We're 15% through. I am hoping it's not going to take too long. Let's double check. Okay, so everything is finished. Did GoBuster find it, perhaps? It did not. I mean, this is a 301, so this will redirect. So I don't know where that actually goes. Oh, it just goes to forwards. Okay, so that redirects. Literally, that just redirects to that. So that's the only reason. Okay. But there's nothing in there, is there? I mean, that's a pretty default directory for SP, so we're good. Still nothing, but we're almost 20% through. Was there anything else? No, I don't think so. I imagine either we'll use these, the passwords we found, we'll use them at the web app that's running on 49,663, or there'll be something else related to them. Mayor's saying you made something painful because it gives us time to talk to your viewers. That's good. We had a great stream yesterday. I basically let my viewers choose what we did on Portswigger Web Academy, and they chose OAuth stuff, which is definitely not my strong suit, and only because I don't run into it that often. So You know, yeah, it went good. You know what? We gave it a go, and I think we did 4 of them out of 6, which, and the last 2 were expert level. Which, I'm not going to stream expert level stuff. I might at some point, but the expert level stuff on Portswigger Web Academy is akin to like insane on Hack the Box. It just doesn't. It's not streamable. Like some of the stuff I've seen at expert level will take you a good few hours just to do one of them. So yeah. But yeah, we learned a lot. I refreshed some knowledge on OAuth, which I had temporarily forgotten. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. It had paused at 27. I was like, no. So currently we're just getting a bunch of 400s, which is fine. Obviously, usually if you're doing a pen test, you'll have multiple targets. So while this is running in the background, you'll be able to, search for other stuff. We've pretty much exhausted everything else. The great thing about AutoRecon, if I do say so myself, is it runs all this lovely stuff that you don't have to. So, we didn't have to enumerate any of this. It says it's vulnerable to MS17010, but it probably isn't. Because I'm pretty sure this box is newer than it. I think it came out last year, so I'd assume it would be patched. And also, Joe said Metasploit isn't. Oh, okay, so it is vulnerable to that, but it's not the intended route, so we're not going to do it. Alright. Nikto is still running, everyone. I'm pretty sure I'm going to remove Nikto from the next version of AutoRecon. Let's see what it returned for the port 81. Yeah, see, it has some good stuff sometimes, but there's really nothing in here that you can't find either manually or with GoBuster. The only nice thing about Nikto really is that it at least has some brains behind the brute forcing. So if it comes across a certain directory, it has some logic in it that says, oh, this directory is from this application. But really, in this day and age, I don't run Nikto on real engagements anymore. It's just a waste of time. So my scroll wheel is working, it's just very laggy. Hey, Ahazred. Nice to see you. Good luck on your stream. If you don't follow Ahazred, he just entered the chat. Go follow him on Twitch. He does some really, really good streams. Definitely a lot of fun. He streams for far longer than I do. Alright. Still going on. Is there anything in here that we've missed that could help us? I don't think so. All right, we're basically just waiting then. Unless the chat can convince Joe to just give us the directory name, or if Joe thinks it's going to be soon. You've already seen it? Oh, okay. So it's none of these. We've already seen it, he says. You have a known you have a known directory. It was the share. It's gonna be that, isn't it? It's gonna be that. Let's try it. It is. It's empty. Or presumably it doesn't have directory listing on. So if you go to an empty directory, sometimes it'll list the contents. Okay, so we know it has passwords.txt in it. So let's copy that. Oh, look at that. All right, we can stop hammering this. Exit. Oh, right, and that makes sense actually. You know why? Because this crap is writable. We can write stuff here. So, all right, I'm gonna cd up to this directory. Let's create a. Actually, I'm not gonna touch. I'm gonna vim. You know what, Joe? Just for you, I'm gonna nano. All right. Hello. All right, just for Joe, because I know he hates Vim. All right, so we've got hello.txt in this is my home directory. I'm pretty sure we're in my home directory here. I think we can just put hello. Connection reset by peer. Oh no. All right, let's exit and do it again. All right, use network SV. Put hello.txt. Okay, and ls, and we got it. Okay, so it's up there. So if we revisit it in this browser, hello.txt, we got it. Which means, because I presume this is running, actually I shouldn't presume, I should just check. Let's do a curl with a -i to grab the headers. This is still running ASP.NET. So, which means presumably you can just put an ASP.NET shell up there and run it. Okay, I'm going to go back to my cheat sheet because I have a command for reverse shells in sorry, not Metasploit payloads, ASP. Well, it's ASPX actually, so hang on, MSF Venom. Let's list payload. Oops. Grep ASPX, I think. Okay. Can we just do an ASP shell? I think actually we could just let me just check formats because I think actually we can. Yep, okay. We can basically run anything, any payload we want, as long as you tell it the format is ASPX. Okay. So let's run MSF Venom. The payload is going to be Windows/shell/ oh, actually, this is going to be 64-bit Windows, just from the version. Where was it? If I just go here, I think, right? Not the view source. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right, this is like pretty new in IIS, so it's definitely like, I mean, more than likely to be 64-bit. It may have shown us in the Nmap results, I presume. Where's quick Nmap? I mean, it's IIS 10, which is usually Windows Server 2016. I don't think there's a 80. Sorry, I don't think there's an x86 version for that. So I'm gonna presume we're gonna run x64. Shell reverse TCP to make it stageless. I should probably spell reverse properly. Okay. lhost is going to be whatever our IP is. So I'm going to do IPA. Copy that IP, not the /17 though. Where am I? There. lhost. Lport is going to be 53 because I like port 53. -F for ASPX. And then we'll do payload.aspx. That should work. Okay, it did. So let's put payload.aspx. Okay. And now I guess we'll just sudo netcat and LVP 53. Okay. Payload.spx. That looks like it's working, but it's not. Oh, there we go. I was scared for a minute. That was cool. That is a very fun little way of getting onto a box. That reminds me of a box in the old OSCP labs. I have no idea if it's in the current OSCP labs, but that's funny. Okay, do we have a flag? Is there a user flag here? Because it's supposed to be user flag. I wonder if it's okay. I'm going to cd into the users directory. Okay, I wonder if we can look at Bob's desktop, I presume. There it is. All right, we're gonna type Bob desktop user.txt. Okay, we have the first flag, everyone. Fun times. Submit. Okay. Who am I? Alright, I am IIS at Paul, which is a service account. So we can probably do stuff. Alright, I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. We're going to attack this box as if I didn't do that. We're going to download winPEAS. Actually, hang on. winPEAS, there's a download for it. Where's the download latest obfuscated? Okay, here we go. We're gonna get winPEAS. Gonna copy the link location. What we're going to do is we're just going to download it to our home directory again, and then use this to upload it. Oops. Where'd it go? Okay, put that. All right, we got that. So where were we before? We were here, which I'm pretty sure is where we uploaded. Oh no, wait a minute, we didn't upload there. So there's the other thing, I have no idea where the directory is where it uploads. I think it's in inetpub actually, isn't it? So I think it's in inetpub. I'm gonna guess it's the root1 directory, just because the root. Oh no. Okay. There we go. All right, we found it. Speed. Okay, can we run winPEAS? x64.exe. Let's just run it with -h. Oh, haha. I don't actually. x64.exe -h. Okay. Let's run this. Quiet. We don't want to search. We're not going to search slow. We're not going to search all. I guess we'll run CMD. And then by default, it should just run everything. So I'm just gonna let it run, and then I'm gonna scroll down. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, it's kind of just. Let me. I'm gonna run it again with unlimited, because I think that's just completely screwed us. Quiet CMD, right? Okay. So there's a bunch of potential Windows vulnerabilities here. You would basically want to be looking out for not necessarily the red stuff. The red stuff is like, quote unquote, I think interesting, they define it. Okay, no, actually red indicates special privileges. So the red stuff is good, the green stuff is bad. But a lot of stuff here we're not gonna find. We can create directories in C, that's nice. Let's keep scrolling. Alright, yeah, so we have access to, well, everyone has access to Bob. Poor Bob. We knew that though, because we were able to view his desktop. Alright, there's nothing like... Okay. There's this AWS light guest thing, light guest agent that's running as a service, and it has no quotes and a space detected, which would be fine if we could create files in the C directory. I'm not sure we can. I think we can only create directories. Let's keep scrolling until we see something red. Yeah, we have all access to that. We knew that. There's a few things listening locally, which it could be. Come on, keep scrolling. Alright. I'm I'm guessing, do we have permissions over that service? That could be it. I figure though, honestly, the easiest way, we could check and see if we have permissions, right, over services. And so we could either use access check for that, or we can probe services using SC. What was the service name? It was this. I think there's. Is there SC status? I forget. No. Oh, it's SC query. That was one. All right. I mean, it's running, so we can try stopping it. Access. Okay. That's not going to be it. It's running, so the only way you could exploit that potentially is if we could create a file in C called program.txt, which honestly I'm not even sure we could. And then we could restart the process, but we're stopped here because we can't even stop it. So that's not the way in. What I think is the way in is the SE impersonate privilege. So I'm going to use PrintSpoofer because PrintSpoofer is fun. Where's the latest? 64-bit. Oh, I don't want to download it. I want to copy link location again. PrintSpoofer is just amazing. It's like the potato exploits, except it just works so much easier. There's less setup and everything. So what we'll do is hopefully I can still upload this. Good, okay. And we are still in this server, so I'm going to use PrintSpoofer. Let's have a read, because I have not used PrintSpoofer in a while. Let's make sure we understand how we use it. Alright, so you can just use -h, so let's do that. Alright, execute command, interact with the new process in the current command prompt. Default is non-interactive, so we definitely need that. Spawn new process in the desktop, don't need that. And -h is what we're seeing. Okay, so to run a PowerShell as system in the current console, do that. We don't really want PowerShell, but what we can do is we'll just run cmd.exe. And boom, look at that. Nice. See how easy that was? This is why PrintSpoofer is so awesome. So basically, it found the SE impersonate privilege, right? And then abused the crap out of it to get a token running a system. And then it just... you can read up on it. It's my PrivS course goes over it in more detail than I'm going to explain here, but it's just funny. And I'm pretty sure Microsoft are like, yeah, we're not going to patch this because they can't. Oh, and okay, so even if we tried to use Potato, decom is disabled on this, the mayor says. So decom is required for the Potato exploits. Oh, okay, PrintSpoofer is patched. At the time when they released this, they were like, we're not going to patch it. I guess they have patched it. That sucks. So I'm guessing we can now CD, because we're basically God on this box now. We can CD into administrator, which is where the... Oops, I did type it down, okay. Alright. Boom, look at that. Oh, copy this. Submit. Yes! I will definitely show that on Twitter. My Twitter's not linked on this box, though. Awesome. That was a fun box. Thank you very much, Mayor. That was awesome. A lot of fun. I think we learned some things along the way as well. And hopefully everyone enjoyed me messing about with winPEAS for a little bit. It's always good to run winPEAS. Even if it doesn't turn up anything, you know. But yeah. Yep, enumeration. Basically just run everything. So actually those passwords were completely useless, right? Do the passwords actually do anything? Or are they just there to basically show you that the directory's there and to find the directory? I guess without the password.txt you would think that that directory is empty. The blob account is real. Okay. Yeah, cool. Awesome. That's fun, man. Definitely gonna recommend the box. That is gonna drive people insane. Is there any questions before we close the stream down? I went to aim for like an hour, and I think I started like 10 minutes in, so we've been streaming for an hour and 14, so that's nice. Tomorrow, if all goes well tomorrow, what we'll be doing is live streaming the creation of a burp extension. Okay, so if you've ever seen burp extensions and wondered how do I create my own burp extension, we're gonna do that. It's gonna be probably several hours. It's gonna be messy. Notifications still loud. All right. Everyone said it wasn't. People lied. Let me turn it down again. Oh, I didn't save the... I saved it. Hang on. Let's set that. I'm hoping that's done it. Would it be hard for you at the end of the video to list some of the tools that you've used? Yes, certainly. So the first tool we used was AutoRecon, which is my own creation. So if we search for AutoRecon, it's the first link. I don't know what this one is. Let's have a look at it. Oh, okay. This was AutoRecon 2 years ago. I forgot I created its own account. All right, this is the first one, which, as IPSEC stated once, it's like bowling with bumpers, which was meant derogatory, but I put it up there anyway, because when IPSEC says something about the stuff you create, you quote him anyway. So, basically, all this does is it runs 3 mmap scans. It runs a full TCP. I think like a top 20 UDP, and then it runs top 1000 TCP. And the reason it runs top 1000 TCP, even though it's running a full TCP, is, as you saw, like top 1000 is going to get like 99% of the ports that are used, right? And so we scan the first 1000, sorry, not the first 1000, the top 1000, just so we get some results back quickly. Because if you're running a full TCP, you're not going to get results back that fast. So that's the reason we did that. And then once it gets the open ports back and the services that are running on those, it uses sort of kind of version matching to determine what other things to run. So in the case of what we just did, if we scroll back up to the top, you see it's running mmap quick, which is the top 1000. It runs the full TCP, which is everything. And it runs top 20 UDP. I don't know why UDP... Oh, I know why UDP failed. It's because I didn't run it as root. But we didn't use UDP. And so mmap quick stopped. It finished successfully in a minute. So you see we had results in a minute. It found HTTP on port 80, it found MSRPC on port 135, it found basically stuff on port 139, 445. And then it basically says, okay, well, I can run SSL scan against... it runs SSL scan every time. But if you see what it's doing, it has some logic in it to detect whether it actually should run. And in this case, it's not going to run. So you can ignore that. The next version of AutoRecon is going to make that a bit simpler. It runs an HTTP specific nmap scan, and you can see this is the command it executes, right? So it's going to run these only on port 80. It's going to run some scripts like banner. It's going to any script that starts with HTTP. Blah blah blah. It runs curl to just grab the index and robots page. It runs Nicta. It runs GoBuster. So that was all against port 80. It then also runs some nmap stuff specific to RPC, specific to SMB. It runs enum for Linux because it found SMB. It runs SMB client, SMB map, all automatically. On top of that, and I'm surprised that a lot of people don't know about this, but in the results, if you go to manual commands, these are all basically commands it's suggesting you run if you don't find anything else. So it gives you choice, right? If you like dir search, you can run dir search. If you like dir b, you can run dir b. If you like GoBuster version 3, you can run this one. If you refuse to use version 3 and you instead like version 1 and 2, it's got the command for that. And so you can literally just like triple click here usually and then just copy and paste. If it found WordPress, you can run WP scan. It's got stuff for credential brute forcing. It's got the RPC client commands, you know. It even has some commands for specific SMB vulnerabilities that Nmap considers are dangerous, like MSO8067 is actually can crash stuff. So it doesn't run it by default. But yeah. And it'll output that for every single port it finds. So that's pretty nice. We didn't have to rely on that in this one. What else did we do? We found those shares. So what we did, actually we didn't find them, sorry, SMB map found them. And we noticed that there was a passwords.txt. So I think at some point we used SMB client. Yeah, up here. But then we switched to SMB client.py. And that's how we actually got access to the network SV. NT4 work SV. And that's where we found passwords, which we then downloaded with the get command, and we saw that there were these passwords here. Then we tried to use, I think it's this command. Did we try and use them here? I forget what we used it. We tried to log in, couldn't. Is that notification still too loud? Let me know if it's too loud, because it sounds okay to me, but I don't know. Okay, we tried our desktop as well. Let's try and sort this out. I'm going to put it down to the volume of 10. Maybe that'll work. Alright. Right, so we tried our desktop because we noticed that RDP was open, and we tried logging in with the credentials there. They didn't work. And Joe obviously told us later that those credentials are basically useless. They're pretty much there just so you recognize, just so you have a passwords file, any kind of file to find on the web server. So the Nmap full TCP came back and revealed this port, right, 49663. And then we used dir search, I think, somewhere. That sounded quieter. Was that quieter for everyone? Thank you for everyone following, by the way. You're really helping helping tune the alert sound. It's not. It's the same. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this because. Let me try doing that. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, we used search to find the directory. Well, we would have. Unfortunately, 220,000 things to search for was quite a lot. It would have found it eventually, but Joe helped us out a bit and said, you know, you've seen the name before. And it turned out it was the share name, right? So it was this one. Yeah, so we had to go 187,000 directories down that list. So that would have taken a while. So we found it was a share name. And since it's the same name, it was like, okay, well, you know, we went there, and there was nothing in this directory. And if you view the page source, which we are doing, there's nothing there. So directory listing wasn't included. But we knew that there was a passwords file, and that's why the passwords file was there. Right? It's to let us know, okay, actually, if this is the same directory, then there's going to be the passwords file there. All right. And so then I'm pretty sure the only other command we used was MSF Venom to create the payload, the ASP.NET payload, which then gave us that shell. And then, of course, obviously, when you're on the box, we used two more commands. We used winPEAS, which basically does privilege escalation. Bunch of checks. It won't do anything like butt check. It won't actually like do the privilege escalation for you, but it tells you what could potentially be privilege escalated. And then eventually we saw that we had the privilege to do SE impersonate. And so we downloaded PrintSpoofer and ran that and got our system shell. So I think that was all the commands we used. All right. How long have you been hacking? 9 years as a pen tester. I would say 7 to 8 just doing web apps. Or like mostly web apps. Would Meterpreter get system have worked? I don't believe it would have. Get system is I think it requires actual tokens, and there would have been any. Joe can answer that if he's still around. I think he's still around. I'm pretty sure get system wouldn't. Get system is kind of like I say in my course. Get system, you already have to be admin to run it. It's basically just a nice way from going from admin to system. It's not really a privesc tool, because if you're an admin already, you can always get to system. And you can see that if you ever run psexec with an admin account and do -- system, or I think -s, you'll get a system shell immediately. And it's not doing any exploit to do that, because psexec just logs in. It's just admins can run a system almost like by default the first user on a Linux system, you know, has sudo privileges, right? And if you want to be root, you can just run sudo -s to get a root shell. It's kind of the same thing. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing. Okay. I didn't know about any other questions. So I scroll up. Cool. All right. Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed that. It was definitely a fun box. You could do some post exploitation. Is there stuff hidden on it? Oh, right, okay. All right, Mayor's just suggesting stuff. Yeah, exactly. Once you're on a box, a system, and you in a real engagement, you could start thinking about persistence. So you can start thinking, well, I don't. Every time I come back to this box, I don't want to have to create a payload, upload it, go to it and get a reverse shell and then privilege escalate. I could, create a local admin. Give yourself, since RDP is enabled, you could give your admin the ability to RDP into the box as well, and explore. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'm gonna put that up on the screen there. Please give me a follow on Twitter. You can join my Discord server. You can follow me or subscribe to me on YouTube. And obviously, if you're not following me on Twitch, please give me a follow on Twitch. And also follow the mayor. He is, I think, at Joe Helly on Twitter. And your Twitch, yeah, you can paste it in there. So, yep, perfect. I will see you all tomorrow. We will code some burp extensions. We'll code them in the first one in Java at least one in Java. If we have time, we'll use Python or really Jython and see how that goes. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It was great to work through this box. Thank you again, the mayor, for this awesome box. It was a lot of fun. Everyone have a good evening.